Hi everybody and welcome back to the Advertising Wars series. This is episode 2 and it's about the competition between Google and Amazon. You maybe think, what is this all about, right? Google has a search engine and an advertising network, and Amazon is an e-commerce website. So how can Amazon be a threat to Google in terms of advertising business? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be notified about the next videos. So, in the previous episode I mentioned Google Shopping ads, and that's what this fight is all about. Let's say that you want to buy a Canon EOS 750D. That's exactly the model you want. You might go to Google and type exactly this keyword in the search bar, and you will be presented with many results coming from different e-commerce websites. These searches show the image of the item and its price, among other things. So, they're simply called shopping ads, and they are extremely important for Google. That's because e-commerce is growing really fast around the world, and the advertising market is growing along with it. So the growth of Google Shopping ads is skyrocketing. And obviously, part of this growth comes at the expense of AdWords, which grow less. If it's working so well, it means that e-commerce companies are ready to pay Google a lot of money to show their ads, and that they have enough people who click on them who then turn into customers and purchase their products. However, there is a big danger for Google Shopping ads, which is Amazon. And now, hold on tight. Half of American consumers start their shopping search on Amazon.com. About 30% go on search engines like Google, and the rest goes directly to other retailer websites. Also, Amazon's share is growing every year, while search engines and other websites' direct traffic is decreasing when it comes to e-commerce search. And these are only the official 2016 numbers. That's because Amazon enjoys its great image, consumers trust it. But more than that, more and more people pay a subscription to get Amazon Prime. This subscription allows for many things, among which the next day delivery of your orders. So if you get that subscription and if you want to buy something online, you will obviously go to Amazon directly because you know it will be delivered tomorrow to your home. Why would you go to any other website that you don't know, where you don't have an account, to buy something that you can find on Amazon? Well, all of this wouldn't be a big deal for Google if Amazon didn't introduce its own advertising system. Yes, simply called the sponsored products. Now, if you search on Amazon, you can find sponsored ads in various places, like on top of the search results, or on the right side, or at the bottom. You might think, how is this possible, right? Aren't all these products sold by Amazon itself? Well, no. On Amazon, you can find either products that it sells directly, like any shop does, but there are also products sold by third-party sellers, and they represent half of all sales on Amazon, which is huge. Basically, companies and individual entrepreneurs can sell on Amazon if they meet certain requirements. For example, a list of specific categories of items that are open to third-party sellers, and other categories can be approved or rejected. Also, there are two ways to be a third-party seller on Amazon. One option is you send your products to Amazon warehouses and let them manage the sales, shipping, and customer service for a commission. This is called FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. Another option is to just use Amazon like a marketplace but handle the delivery and customer service yourself. This is called MF, Merchant Fulfillment. And since Amazon also requires its merchants to have the same customer service standards as it does itself, you can understand that the criteria to be able to do that are very high. And then Amazon also decides the same way which items and which sellers are eligible for which types of ads. Only certain categories of items can be advertised in the specific spots on the website, either on top of the search results, on the right, bottom, etc. So as you can see, it's quite complex for now and even a bit weird in some cases, as these third-party sellers sometimes end up competing against Amazon itself on Amazon. But the point is very simple. Amazon is a marketplace with many different vendors, and it's now letting them compete by purchasing ads on the website. And maybe Amazon will take some time to figure out the perfect advertising formulas between the different types of sellers, but it's definitely working on it. For now though, Amazon ads represent only a tiny fraction of the online advertising market compared to Google. It's estimated that Amazon's ad business generated $1.4 billion in 2016. Compare that to $80 billion of Google ad revenue in 2016, and you can see that Amazon ads seem ridiculous next to it. However, this chunk of Amazon's revenue is growing more than 50% every year, and it's among the fastest growing branches of Amazon. Also, it was only launched in 2014 and had many problems in the beginning, so it really started to take off quite recently. So, as more and more people will turn to Amazon.com for their e-commerce searches, businesses will pay Amazon more than Google. And it can become even worse. You might make your research on Google just to read about the products you want, to compare them on different websites, and then you'll check on Amazon if you can find it there. And if it's the same price or cheaper, you'll likely order it from Amazon, especially if you have Prime. So it means that advertisers who buy Google Shopping ads might still see a lot of traffic coming from these ads, but the conversion rates will be dropping because more and more people will ultimately end up buying on Amazon. On the other hand, these ad conversions will probably increase on Amazon, so e-commerce businesses will spend more of their marketing budgets on Amazon ads than on Google's. However, it's very complicated to estimate just how much this Amazon's ad business will grow in the future. People make different predictions, like for example this one, and it still shows that Google has nothing to be worried about even in 2020. But other experts, like Martin Sorrell, who is the head of WPP, the world's biggest advertising agency, do believe that Amazon ads are a huge threat to Google. That's because Amazon is one of the biggest online retailers in the world. It has a huge load of data about consumers and their shopping habits, and is generally very efficient. So it's safe to assume that with time, Amazon will be taking more and more market share of e-commerce advertising. And probably for a lot of years, both Google and Amazon will still be growing a lot simply because e-commerce itself is growing in general. Now you probably heard that they both released their voice assistants, Amazon Echo and Google Home. Here they're obviously competing head-on, because there is no real equivalent to these two products and they are very similar in what they can do, except some few key differences. So why did Amazon develop Echo and why did Google create Google Home? How do both these devices fit into their overall strategy? That's something we will explore in the next episode of the Advertising Wars series. Do hit that subscribe button so you'll receive notifications when new videos are out.